All right, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of Stogie 411. I am here with my ever sexy co-host, Mr. Michael Williams. How you doing today, Mike?
I'm doing great, brother. Doing great. Looking forward to this show. It's going to be a good one. If I can keep getting Erik's name right, we'll be all right. So in the pre-show, I've been screwing up, but we won't go into that. But we have Erik Espinosa here joining us tonight. How you doing, Erik?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for having me.
No, man, the pleasure is all ours, all ours. But before we kick off, we tweeted all day and tweeted all week pretty much that one of us was going to do the 601 La Bamba challenge. And just for the record,
it's not me.
It's me because Pussy Boy over here wouldn't do it. So it's me.
Hey, I smoked one before when back from pre-release. Actually, Eddie handed it to me before he went on his own. And so I smoked it a while ago, but it's a good cigar, but it has some strength to it.
Yeah,
it does.
It's tasting good.
This
well,
is
Erik,
what I'm going to smoke.
Let's kick off. Oh, go ahead,
I just
Mike.
want to show everybody what I'm going to smoke here. And I think Erik is smoking the same one, aren't you?
I'm smoking the Espinosa. Yes, I am.
There we go.
There you go. There you go.
Well, Erik, let's kick off and tell people a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into your cigars, because I know we do have some people in the chat room who mentioned it on the pre-show that they're not that familiar with your cigar line, so we want to definitely get them familiar with it, because there's a lot of great smokes that you make. So kick off, tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been in the business for about 18 years, on and off. I've done just about everything in this industry other than grow tobacco. I started off as a sales manager for a company, and I was with Kareem, which is now Macho, which is now Davidoff, as a sales manager. And then I became an independent rep in Florida, selling for a lot of the major companies. And then one day, Eddie and I got together, and we want to create our own blends and our own company, and we got together. I don't know how long it's been. It's been like 8-9 years ago. We formed United Tobacco, and then recently, like a year ago, he went and he did his own company, Ortega Cigars, and I got mine. Along with my son and my crew here, and it's been great.
Nice.
Now, how did you, with your past experience in the cigar business, do you think that helped you a lot to get into making your own cigars?
Oh, absolutely. Because I know, visiting a lot of retail shops, I've been to about 70% of all the retail shops all over the country. And depending on what area you're at, depending on what flavor profile sells. Some stores mild, some stores medium, some stores full body. And you got to cater to everybody, some stores, when you got the real high-end stores, most of these small sizes sell because they're more professionals out there. They don't have much time to smoke. Maybe the booster sizes so well there. And it's different everywhere you go.
Well, Eddie. See, I said Eddie already. See that? I freaking told you I was going to do it, didn't I? Erik.
That's all right. You get him, you'll say Erik.
Yeah, that's how we'll get it. Yeah. Hey, Erik, let's start off and let's tell people a little bit about some of the fine smokes. I know you got a ton of them, but let's start wherever you want. Start telling people a little bit about some cigars.
Okay, I'll tell you. We'll start off with the Espinosa, which is the one that we're making in the in our factory in Esteli, Nicaragua. It's a beautiful Habano wrapper. It's a medium body cigar. It's the first cigar we made in the factory. I wanted to make a medium body cigar because I wanted everybody to enjoy it. We have a lot of full body cigars out there already, like the one you're smoking, the La Bamba, the blue label. Got the number 6 rated cigar this year, about 4 years ago. That's medium to full. We have the green label, full body. The red is medium to full. So I wanted to make something that that everybody can enjoy, even the mild smokers, medium body smokers, and even full body smokers. That's the Espinosa. It's a Habano wrapper. It's a Nicaraguan binder and filler, and I just I try to create a cigar that had a lot of flavor. Okay, and a lot of people just make the mistake of thinking that a full body full body and a lot of flavor. There's a big difference between full body and flavor. A lot of people don't know the difference. So I try to make a cigar that's got a lot of flavor, and I think we created it with the Espinosa. You know, it's got the #1 cigar and some of the bloggers.
Yep.
I don't know if I can mention.
Yeah, you can.
Because,
yeah,
you know,
Absolutely. Nope.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, well, you know, it the #1 and Cigar Dojo. Got the Espinosa, got the #1, and the La Zona, the #10. And then Nice That Ash got the La Zona, got the #1 rated cigar there. So we're real proud about that. You know, it's our first year alone. You know, I got my son works with me. I got Hector and Anthony. Anthony does the marketing that you guys deal with. And we're very excited, you know, for the first year, you know, to have 2 #1 rated cigars. You know, it's you know, we're excited about that. And you guys know we got the La Zona. It's we have them in 2 wrappers, Connecticut and Habano. The Connecticut, it's a milder cigar, but with, you know, we try to create something with a lot of flavor. They're inexpensive. They retail depending on what state you're in, you know, for between $4 and $5, depending on the taxes you guys have. You know, every state is different. But for the price point, it's incredible. All our cigars now are made with triple cap, all Cuban style. Don't know if most of you guys know the difference on that. The same way you make the cigars in Cuba, you know, with a triple cap. We make them into bar. We don't do accordion style. We make them into bar. Don't know if you guys know the difference. You know, out there, some of your listeners. But we're excited. You know, along with the Carlos, who owns part of the factory down there. Between him and his dad, they got like 80 years of experience making cigars. They're from Cuba. We got together, you know, and we created the La Zona factory. It's a beautiful building in Esteli, Nicaragua. It's, if any of your listeners been out there, it's real close to the Los Arcos, the hotel where everyone stays out there. And we got 16 pairs right now. We started off with 4 pairs. We're up to 16 pairs, and you know, we have a big problem now. You know, probably have to move soon because we're making 5,500 cigars a day, and it's not enough. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, your factory. If you go on to Erik's website, www.espinosacigars.com. I mean, just from the picture on there, Erik, I got to tell you, it's a beautiful looking factory from the outside. I mean, absolutely stunning. But definitely go check it out, guys.
Now, Erik,
and girls.
Erik, you might not see it on the camera. I have 2 cameras, so I'm showing it to the people online right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that is confusing. He's showing them on live.
No, it's like a you know, it's a real nice building. It's 3 stories. The view of Esteli it's phenomenal. I sometimes sleep up there. You know, I got a hammock out there, and I sometimes just you know, after a hard day's work, I get up there, smoke a cigar, relax. Beautiful view, and it's located real in the heart of Esteli.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Hey, Erik, in the chat room, they want to know if you will explain where was it? Entubar.
It's the way they make the cigars. Some people make it accordion style. You know, they put how can I explain it? They put it's very simple, like an accordion, one on top of another.
Right.
Okay, the winter bar it's more round. You can get a better draw. You don't need you don't really need draw test machines because 99% of them, you know, we weigh them out there. You know, if they get the exact weight where it has to be, 99% of them they're going to draw. Even though we do have a draw test machine out there, it's a different way. Mostly Cuba does that, and a lot of the manufacturers in Nicaragua, they do accordion style. Not that it's wrong, okay? It's just a different form of making it, and you're guaranteed for it to. If the weight is right, you're guaranteed for you know, all your cigars to draw.
And now, if I'm correct on it too, with the Entubar method, if you smoke a cigar and you actually see like a little slot in the cigar, yeah, it's just a tiny little tunnel. That's just because of the method used.
Yeah, yeah, it's the way the cigar is rolled. Absolutely. Yeah, it's the way that the cigars roll.
There you go.
Great.
You want to take that Murcielago the Bat question?
Oh, righty. Oh, Murcielago the Bat wants to know, when can we start seeing limited run stuff? Because that seems to be what's up nowadays. Are you going to get into that?
Oh, yeah, we're working on some stuff out there. You know, we're coming up with the Espinosa, the Maduro that we're working on. It should be released. We're making the cigars. We're aging them in cedar crates out there. We're making them as we speak, and I want them to get enough age on them. We'll be coming out with some limited edition soon. We want to get it right, okay? I'm not, I'm not rushing. We're taking our time here, you know. Like I said, I'm working with my son. We have a great team here. I'm not rushing everything, Like everyone else, we've made mistakes, and I don't want to, go back to the old ways. Some of the mistakes that we've done. So we're gonna take our time and do it right.
There you go. Well, Sean from Nice Tight Ash is in the chat room, Eric, and he wants to know any chance using a Sumatra wrapper in the future.
Absolutely. I just purchased some of the Sumatra wrapper, some of the Brazilian Habano. I got a lot of different wrappers out there that I'm aging and just doing some blends, taste them. It's funny. I don't know if any of you guys or any of your listeners have gone to any of the countries where they grow tobacco, where they make cigars. You come up with some great blends and we try them down there, and then you bring them back to the States and they taste completely different. So, we have to make them down there and then bring them into the States and try them down here, because we could do incredible blends down there and we bring them to the States and they don't taste the same. Don't ask me why. I've asked a lot of people that same question. I've asked growers, monsters that have been in the industry for many, many years, and nobody can answer that question. So we are working on something in Sumatra, but we want to get it right. We're going to cut the time with it and get it right.
Now, are you going to time the...
Ask Sean, who's the baby? Who's the baby in this picture?
Who's the baby in the picture? I think it's Mike.
On Sean. Is that what's that? No, on Sean. Is he still there? Ask him who's the baby on the picture.
Sean,
he has on Facebook.
Sean, Eric wants to know who the baby is on Facebook.
In your picture.
In your picture. Eric wants to know who it is.
Oh, wait. I wanted to find out the Espinosa Maduro. Are you going to try to time that with like an IPCPR release, or are you going to just release that when it's ready?
No. We're gonna do that soon. The cigars are, like I said, a lot of them are done, and they're being aged right now. And no, it's gonna be out in a couple months.
Nice. Eric, Sean said that's his 2-year-old
Satori. That's his girl.
It's his girl. Tell him it's beautiful.
No, he can hear you.
I can hear.
Yeah, they can.
Sean.
They're all watching live. They can hear you. Well, Eric, let's talk a little bit what I'm smoking, and let's talk about the challenge, because you're going to be picking your first winner tomorrow. So let's tell everybody a little bit about the cigar and about the challenge and how they can participate in it.
Well, Bomba is a cigar that a lot of the when about and Eddie and I created, we want to make something that's real full body. Something that will, put you on your butt, and I feel that we created, the La Bomba. We got them in 4 sizes. We named them after bombs. La Bomba means a bomb. And it's tough. See that picture of myself there? It's trying to look cool there. We made a. There you go. Yeah, we made a full body cigar. A lot of people were saying, the cigars. There's a lot of cigars are not strong enough. But when you make a full body cigar, you just can't put Ligero in and all Ligero, because it's not going to taste like anything. So we had to create a blend that it's enjoyable. It's not going to burn you. It's not harsh, and that was one of the hardest cigars to come up with. And I felt I think the blend is spectacular. And this is a cigar that even when you age it, most cigars, when you age it a while, it loses a lot of strength. Doesn't lose flavor, but it loses strength. And consumers that smoke full body cigars, after a while, you know, some of the cigars lose the strength. This one, you got to age it for a while before it starts losing strength. And I just think it's one of the best full body cigars out there. And we created we did an ad on one of the magazines, Cigar Snob. Yeah, we created a challenge, and we're doing it on Facebook also. We want a before and after picture. You smoke the cigar, you take a picture before you smoke the cigar, and then we want to see what you look like after you smoke the cigar. And we're giving away a lot of fun stuff for the best pictures. So we're having fun with it. Most of us here we're young. I'm 45, but I consider myself young. And we're having a lot of fun out here. I don't know if you've seen some of our ads.
Yeah. Yep.
I let these guys run with it. They come up with these creative ads. Just let's go with it. And it's fun. We're having a lot of fun out here now.
That's good, man. I got to tell you,
it was strictly business. Now it's a combination of business and fun. You got to enjoy what you do. One of the slogans in our billboard in the back, it says, if you like what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And it's true. If I don't consider this work. I consider this a pleasure, and I consider it, to have fun. Of course, we're doing it some part for the money, but we're having fun while we're doing it.
And I have to say, I love the little no smoking sign back there behind you.
Where's that?
Isn't there a red no smoking sign in the humidor right there?
Yeah, that's a joke. We love people smoking, yeah.
I got to tell you, the ashtray that goes with this 601 is badass. I don't know if you guys can see it behind Erik's head. Mike's got a picture of it, but it's a pretty badass and a great idea.
I'll put it up. I don't know if you guys can
see it. There you go. Yeah, we can see it. Look at it. There it is.
That is cool.
It's great. Anthony out here, he designed it. It's funny, every time I wear, I try to do events, and I try to take some of those ashtrays on a plane with me. They always give me a hard time. I let them know first, listen, I got ashtrays. They're ashtrays, and it's not a problem. They always give me a hard time going to, trying to get on an airplane with one of those ashtrays.
The good old TSA.
Even the shirt. What does that shirt mean? What does the shirt mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Erik, if I know you're giving those ashtrays away on the challenge, but will people be able to purchase those now or at another time?
Yeah, eventually they will. We're doing it mostly for promotional material, for swags. But some stores have it. We sell it to some stores.
Okay.
We made a lot of them, so yeah, eventually they'll be able to buy them, sure.
Okay, and they're in yellow and black, right?
Yellow and black, yeah.
Okay, so if anybody,
I did that for Michael because since he's in PA for Pittsburgh colors. No, I'm just joking.
don't fill his head up with that stuff. Don't make him think people are doing stuff for him.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
Go Steelers.
Go Steelers. Well, let's take another question from the chat room. We'll take one from Canadian Cigar Guy. He says, any distribution plans for Canada?
Canada's tough, man, with all the do we have? Yeah, absolutely. We want to put it in Canada, absolutely. We did it one time. They have so many laws out there, so many restrictions out there, taxes out there in Canada. It's real tough, it's real tough. But do we have plans on doing it? Yeah, it's just a lot of obstacles to go into Canada.
Yeah.
Now, I have to say, I'm laughing. Canadian Cigar said, send one my way, Eddie, LOL. And he says, whoops, Erik. What is it?
It's funny. It's funny. Eddie and I, we're partners for like 7-8 years, and it never failed. Everyone would call me Eddie. Everybody would call him Erik all the time, and we still can't, get away from that, And we were talking about that the other day, and it doesn't, it never fails, It's always Eddie and Erik, and they always get confused, but it's okay. We're friends, and I wish them a lot of success, and talk once a week. We don't talk as much as we did before, just because of business. He's doing his thing, I'm doing mine, but we're real good friends, and I wish him a lot of luck and a lot of success. Ortega Cigars are very good, and I like those ideas he's doing with he's doing with that Wild Bunch and stuff like that. And we always pick each other's brains. And when he goes to Nicaragua, he goes by my factory and all that, and we're good friends, and people are always confused. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We understand.
And people have to remember you're the good-looking one, right?
I'm the good-looking one, right? If everybody remembers the good-looking one is Erik, we're fine.
All right. Here's a question for you. Matt wants to know, do you have a favorite cigar in your lineup?
Well, Matt, it depends the time of day. In the morning, I usually smoke a La Zona, Connecticut, and it's whatever it's close to me, really. If I'm traveling, whatever I have on me, it's I don't usually smoke the La Bombas in the morning or lunchtime. It's mostly at nighttime. I smoke those, but it's whatever it's new, whatever I'm working on. I smoke a lot of blends that I'm working on in the morning because you want to have a fresh palate to try the blends. But a favorite, I smoke a lot of cigars. I smoke a lot of competitor cigars too. A good cigar is a good cigar. There's a lot of great cigars out there. I'm not one of the guys. I'm not one of the manufacturers that only smokes his stuff. I smoke a lot of people's stuff. I like a lot of cigars. I think right now a lot of great cigars are being made. There's a lot of great blends out there, and I'm one of I'm all for a great cigar. I haven't smoked too many bad cigars lately.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Now let's talk your 601 and Murcielago. And I have to say I love the Murcielago. I always have. That cigar has been amazing for me, and I'm usually a mild to medium guy, and that's a little stronger for me than when I'm in my normal range. But are you going to keep all those lines going? Are they going to be continuing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. One of the guys who helped me create, because we're making all our cigars now with a little help from Amita, who it's a long story, but he has his own factory in Esteli. He helped me create a lot of those. He helped Eddie and I create a lot of those blends in Nicaragua. He was part of the Garcia family. He was married to Danny, and he's got his own factory, and he helped me create a lot of those blends. So he's helping me along with my factory, getting a lot of the 601s there with the same blends, everything to the T. So nothing changes, nothing's changing. We got all the blends, and we're making them exactly the same. And sometimes it'll change a little bit just because of the priming and all that, but that happens with cigars. So yeah, we continue making them. Especially the blue label, they're selling real well, and the bombers are doing phenomenal, So nothing's changed on what that is.
Now you took everything in house now, correct? You're going to do all your own.
Yes. We distribute everything. We did it. When Rocky had it, Rocky and I were friends, but no one's going to sell it like your own. And now we got a good team now. It was something that I've always wanted to do. That was a decision, and Eddie and I did at the time. And then when Eddie wanted to make his own, go on, make his own company, so I decided, I bought Eddie out. I kept all the brands, and he wanted to start fresh, and he started his company, and we're selling everything, under the Espinosa cigar umbrella. So all the brands, we have them here now. So. That's what we're doing.
Nice, very nice.
Awesome. We got some more questions. The questions are coming in, Erik. Great from the chat room. Murcielago the Bat wants to know how does Erik decide what's next?
He said Eddie.
Yeah, he said Eddie. I'm not saying Eddie. He said, how does Erik decide what's next, and is it him or his crew who decides?
No, I give these guys a lot of leeways. It's a combination, A lot of these guys that they visit a lot of shops and they know what's selling. They have their they give me ideas. I'm not stubborn, and sometimes we sit down when we have when we have a team meeting, you know, everyone puts their input, and we kind of vote on it sometimes. You know, of course, my vote's the one that the most, but but yeah, we vote on it, and you know, and we play it out there. Usually, before we come out with a cigar, with a blend, we send it out to you guys, see what you guys think, what some of the bloggers think about it, and give us the feedback. And again, everyone has a different palate. Yeah, you're gonna get good reviews, you're gonna get mediocre reviews, but we give it out. We don't create a blend until, you know, we let a lot of people try it, see what they think. We get the feedback. And if most of it is a positive feedback, then we run with it. You know, I like all kinds of cigars. I'm not a big fan of the mouth cigars. You know, I'm not a pussy like one of you, Michael. I'm not going to say which one, but
I admit it. I'll admit it.
Don't worry. They know.
No, I'm kidding aside. You know, I like medium, the full body. But you know, it's funny. You know, a lot mild cigars are the most popular cigars. Yeah. You know, we sell more mild cigars than anything else. You know, in this country, there's a lot of more mild smokers than there are medium to full body. So, you know, when we create a blend, we let you guys try it and see what the feedback is.
Well, I think that'll take us right into our next question, Eric. Canadian Cigar Guy says, where was it here? When it comes to basically when it comes. Why does he think it's more truthful when it comes to ratings, bloggers or cigar aficionado?
Who does he think is more truthful? Who do you think is more truthful?
Who do I think is more truthful?
Cigar bloggers or cigar aficionado? That's
I take the fifth?
You can
take the fifth?
Yeah.
No.
You can't take the
listen.
fifth.
No, listen. I think it's different smokers. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
See, right now you can't lie too much to bloggers because they're more into it. They get a lot of information. They're online a lot. You know, they're on Facebook, Twitter. There's a lot of bloggers, and everyone has a different palate. You know, the thing is that most of my cigars are medium to full body, and a lot of bloggers, that's what they smoke. And in fairness to cigar aficionado, you know, they get a variety of smokers. Okay. I'm not a big fan that they put some of the Cubans on there, just because you can't get them. Okay, I've been disappointed with a lot of Cuban cigars lately, just because they don't draw, they don't burn. I do also know, in fairness to them, that when you do get a good Cuban cigar, you know, it's phenomenal. But I mean, what is it? 1 out of 20, 1 out of 30, 1 out of 40, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Cuba is the best soil to grow tobacco, bar none. I was born in Cuba. You know, I visited Cuba maybe once a year. I have a lot of family out there. The soil out there is incredible to grow tobacco, but just because you have the best tobacco don't mean you have the best cigars. A lot of them don't draw, a lot of them don't burn, you know. But I think both of them are important. You know, when you get a high rating, because I know it happened to me. I got the Blue Label, the Toro, got the number 6 rated cigar 4 years ago, and it's selling like wildfire. You know, just like we got Cigar Dojo and the Nice Ash, we got number 1 rated cigar. It started selling. You know, you see the sales increase. I think they both help tremendously. I just think they're different. You know, consumers, they read it. You know, that's just my opinion.
No, that's
right now. And the other aspect of this that I would like to go into now, you started in the industry where the bloggers weren't really around. There weren't bloggers back when you started in the industry. It was just basically cigar aficionado. It was ECCJ, the European Cigar Journal, I think was around then.
Correct. Right.
But
right.
as
only information, because back
yeah, you know, as time progressed and you see all the social media coming into play and how quickly, you know, compared to a magazine, the bloggers can get something out just the next day, you know, the same day, just immediately. Do you see it having more of an impact nowadays on you?
Absolutely. I mean, you guys do a great job. You know, your listeners, all these sites, it's phenomenal because you can get out there faster. You know, back in the day when I started, there wasn't much of the internet. You know, I hate to say that, I'm not that old, but back then, you know, to get it out there, you know, it was a lot tougher than it is now. Yeah. And now, back in the day, you know, the consumers, they weren't that educated because yes, you had the Cigar Aficionado, and then you had the cigar call, the Cigar Journal, the European one, and you couldn't get much information other than those guys. Now you go on anybody's website, you can get some information, and you got a lot of educated people now. You got a lot more educated smokers now than back in the day. Back in the day it was mostly mouth cigars. I remember probably the strongest cigar out there was Joya Nicaragua, and it was the only full body cigar out there. You wouldn't have too many. People would put them in the mouth, and it was like they put the cigar in the mouth, and it was too strong for them. Now, everyone wants more and more. That's why we came out with La Bomba, because they want stronger and stronger and stronger. And I just think it's great. I think all these sites, I think it's great to put it out there. So yeah, it's wonderful.
And along that, with the trends with mild to full. Sorry, Mike.
Oh, that's right. Go
I
ahead.
wanted to find it now. In the industry, I know overseas. I don't know if you do a lot of sales overseas or not, but a lot of things overseas are small ring gauge. Here in the United States, everything seems to be going bigger and bigger and bigger. Do you see that as a problem, or just something as a fad that's going to just go away?
No, because we have so many people unemployed that they got a lot more time to smoke than they do up there. No, I'm just joking. No, in some of our states, it's not that cold like it is out there, and they don't have much time.
Right.
I feel they don't have as much time to smoke as we do. You got some professional guys, doctors, lawyers. They don't have as much time. Yeah, but the guys that they work outside or they work construction, they can smoke a church. They can work. They can. You're out golfing on a Saturday. You can smoke a 60 ring gauge. I feel we have a lot more time to smoke out here than probably they do. And for them, it's a trend. They've been smoking those little cigars for a long time, and I don't get the flavor of those those little machine maids that they do. I feel we're a little bit more educated here, in the cigar industry out here, and we get more involved than we do. For us, is it's a passion. We, a lot of us have a passion for it, and we look into it a lot more, and we educate ourselves, and we progress. You see a lot more people smoking, upgrading from medium to full body than you do get new smokers.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Now, how do you see as blending the cigars with compared to the small ring gauges, Lanceros and such, compared to like your 6x60, or hell, people are coming out with like 7x60s, 8x60s.
I don't smoke. I don't like smoking 6x60. It's just a preference that I have. I do have to smoke them just to try them out, but it's tough on the blending, because once you create your blend, now when you up a couple of sizes, you go from a 5x50 a Toro into a 6x60. The proportions are not the same, because they won't taste the same. Just if you put one leaf of Ligero and one leaf of Viso, now you got to up it, but you can't up it 2 Viso and 2 Ligero, because they won't taste the same. So you got to do maybe 1.5 to 2, and vice versa, to try to get the blend similar to the Toro. That's why I educate people when I tell them every size is different, even though the blend is very similar, but every size is tastes different on that brand of cigars that you're smoking. And the Lanceros are very, very hard, because again, going back to what I said, my cigars are medium to full body, and the hardest cigars to make medium to full bodies are Lancero, because you don't have enough room to put that Ligero in there.
You want to take the Canadian cigar guy question there, Mike?
Well, I'll get to that in a second. I want to ask Erik. Erik, do you ever blend a cigar just for yourself?
I have, yes. I have. I've blended cigars just for myself, and I'm into petite Coronas. I like smoking Coronas, petite Coronas, but they're not big sellers in the States. So I make myself some petite Coronas, and those are the ones that I smoke, which is it's the same blend as the Espinosas, and and I have some in the humidors that I like to smoke those. Get in the car. I do smoke in my car, But you know, I stop somewhere. You know, it's a quick smoke. You know, you're smoking and you're done. I don't usually smoke the cigar to the end because it gets a little bitter because of nicotine and all the tar that you've absorbed all throughout the cigar. So I like a smaller ring gauge cigar. So I do make some. I have some Espinosas that are Petit Coronas that you know, that I make for myself. But every time I go try to get one, my crew here, they all take them from me. So we're gonna have a sit down when we're done with this with this interview. They're all laughing behind. I don't know if you can hear them laughing. But
Yeah, they're laughing now, huh?
They're laughing now, but Daddy's about to lay the law down.
Now,
Well, we'll get to Cigar King had a question. He wants to know what's your favorite sport team, and Murcielago the Bat says in the NFL, I guess. So,
what's my favorite sports team?
Yep.
Wow, I have so many of them. You know, it used to be the Dolphins, but they've made me cry so much that you know, we haven't been in the playoffs for a long time. You know, I tell you what, you know, the Steelers. I like the Steelers. I can deal with the Steelers. I'm a big South Florida fan. I love the University of Miami. You know, football team. You know, we were the team in the '80s. I like, you know, I'm a big Dolphin fan, Marlin fan, Panthers, and hockey. You know, outside of that, I do like the Steelers. You know, and of course we got the Heat down here. I love the Heat, but I'm a big sports buff. I like to watch a good game. You know, basketball, even though I like basketball, all you got to do is watch the last 5 minutes of the game. Because the team could be down by 10 or up by 10, and, you know, all you got to do is watch the last 5 minutes of the game. And, you know, I love the NFL. I'm a big NFL guy, you know. I was rooting for Seattle, you know, but I guess they're out of it. So, you know, I'm rooting for now for the I hope nobody out there, no listener gets mad at me, but I'm rooting for the Ravens just because of Ray Lewis. He went to the University of Miami and he's retiring, so I like to see him get a ring before, you know.
I agree with you. I'm not a big Ravens fan, but I've told someone this the other day. I said I think they're destined to win this year. I think.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, the way they won that game, you know, I'm sure. I hope. You know, I hope they do it.
that's it. Show's over. That's it.
Show's over. I gotta tell you, Eric.
I can't be a diehard Steelers fan and root for the Ravens. It's just not in my blood. I just can't do it.
You gotta root for them. Your team's home, like half the other NFL's teams are home. This 601 La Bamba's got amazing flavor. Great,
no, it is
great flavor, but it is strong.
It is strong. You're still with us.
I'm a full body guy. I know I can handle it. I'm just saying it's strong.
It looks like it smokes pretty slow too. I mean, that was a Robusto, right?
It does. Yeah, it was a Robusto. I believe 5x52, right? Was it?
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, I'm really enjoying it. I just want to give you kudos on it. That's all.
Well, and that brings up another
Appreciate it.
Brings up another point that we were talking about with the size of cigars. Do you think there's a lot of, and we've heard this from other manufacturers too, where there's a perception of the bigger cigar is only like $2 more, so you're getting a whole lot more for your money compared to that little Petite Corona. Do you think that's a problem in the cigar industry, or do you not?
Yeah, but you don't get the flavors. I mean, I don't think the flavors marinate. You know, the blends. I don't think you get the great flavors from the smaller cigars. If you notice, a lot of cigars that you know, they send you guys and they send bloggers and all that, mostly a Robusto size, because that's the best size to work with when you're creating blends. A bigger size. Listen, different strokes for different folks. Some people like the 60 ring gauges. I'm not a big fan of it. You know, it's a lot of tobacco, and I don't think that they're strong as a smaller ring gauge. A lot of those, you know, they tend to lose the flavor a lot faster than the smaller ones. You know, the smoke is not as close to your palate as the other ones, and you know, and yeah, it does cost more to make. You know, the $2 for me, it's not worth it. You know, I'd rather you know, not spend $2 and get a smaller cigar. But that's just me. Everyone's different, you know. But you do got to make them because there's a lot of people that smoke them.
Absolutely. Well, let's. I'm going to ask you the Cuban question that we tend to ask manufacturers when they come on. If and when the embargo is lifted, what effect do you think it's going to have on Cuba and on cigar manufacturers here in America?
Huge. It's funny. I just got back from Cuba yesterday. You know, I have a lot of family in Cuba. I was born out there, so I can legally go through my Miami. But I mean, I don't. You know, I just go to see my family. I don't get involved in the politics out there or anything like that. You know, I have a lot of family out there, and you know, I just go out there to visit them and then have a good time while I'm there. You know, it's a week of fun for them. It's a, you know, we have a good time out there, and I think it'll be a big impact. I don't think you know, Cuba, you know, like right now, I'm not a big fan of their cigars. I'm a big fan of the land. I'm a big fan of the soil out there. I don't think they irrigate, they ferment like they're supposed to. I just think that if everything they make, they sell, you know, you know, there's no, I mean, they really don't care right now what they're making. That's just my personal opinion. The impact that it will have, I think, will be huge, because I think we will have a little boom, you know, in the cigar industry. Lord knows we need it, just because everybody's against us. The whole world's against us, you know, just for smoking. And even Cuba, the land of, you know, of cigars, and some places they don't let you smoke. You know, some hotels you can't smoke anymore. And I just think it'll be a big, because now you can really blend, you know, Nicaraguan with Cuban tobacco, or Honduran tobacco with Nicaraguan, and vice versa. There'll be a hell of a lot better blends, you know, because right now we do have some great blends, but I just think we can improve on the blends, and you know, we'll get a little boom going. I think you know, the sales will increase, and people will realize, you know, that you know, that we don't hurt nobody. You know, I've yet to see anybody kill anybody driving under the influence of a cigar. You know, and the whole world's against us. You know, it's not a cigarette. It's not as harmful for you like a cigarette. It's an all natural product. I'm not a doctor. I tell this to everyone. You know, I know one of the biggest causes of cancer is stress. My #1 stress reliever is smoking a cigar. So you know, you can smoke, and you're not guaranteed to get anything because you smoke cigars. My dad's been smoking cigars for 60 years, and he's as healthy as a horse. So I think it'll have a real nice impact in our industry, and then people might just leave us alone because, listen, you have a kid. What's the first thing you do? You hand out cigars. I remember the girls' hockey team. They won the Olympic gold medal, and then they handed out cigars right on the ice. You know, Michael Jordan wins an NBA title. First thing he does, he hands out cigars. So it's a form of celebration. You know, I know when my son was born, I handed out cigars. So, you know, and I think it'll help our cause. I really think it'll help our cause. But with that said, it's got to be the right, you know, done the right way. You know, it's got to be the right way. You know, if it opens up, it's got to be, you know, that we can all enjoy going out there. It's really, you know, Vegas, before Vegas was Vegas, the Cuban dollar was worth. The peso was worth more than the American dollar one time, back in the 50s, when, you know, it'll be great. You can fly into Florida, drive to the Keys, spend a couple days in the Keys, and then put your car on a ferry and go visit Cuba. And I think, you know, Americans should have the right to go out there, and you know, but the time's got to be right. You know, it's got to be done the right way. That, you know, we don't have to be scared or nervous going out there. You know, again, I just got back from there, and you know, you see a lot of Canadians out there, a lot of Europeans, a lot of Brazilians out there, you know, taking advantage of a beautiful country. You know, it is a beautiful country. The natural things, the infrastructure is, you know, it's not nice, but you know, the beaches are beautiful out there. The fruits are the best you're gonna try in your life, and the soil to grow tobacco. Where I'm from, I'm from the countryside, which they call it Havana Campo. It's a country. And the soil, it's as red as clay. Baseball, like a baseball diamond, the reddish. It's real. It's phenomenal. It's a real rich soil, and it's a beautiful country. And I just think everyone should enjoy it. You know, like Vegas, you tell your friends it's Disneyland for you know, Disney World for grown-ups. I think everybody who's in the cigar business should visit Cuba one time or another. But when the time's right, you know, right now is not the time. But when the time's right, everyone should go out there. Enjoy a cigar, you know.
Best answer I think we've ever gotten. I really do.
What's that?
I said I think that's the best answer we've ever gotten.
Yeah, I agree with
that
you.
was amazing. Now, Cigar Swag has a question. he had heard you said about the Espinosa Maduro earlier. That's not going to be a limited release or collectible or anything like that. That's going to be a full release, right?
That's going to be a full release, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a full
there you
release. Go. It's going to be it's going to be I think, I don't know if anyone's ever done this, but we're doing a couple cigars box press, a couple sizes box press and a couple sizes round, just because we tried them all, and on some of them they taste better box press, and the other ones were round. So we're going to do some sizes, a couple sizes round, and a couple sizes box press. So we're excited about that. You know, cigars are done. Most of them are done. And again, we got them in these cedar crates out there, just aging. And we're waiting on just the packaging material, just to get everything done. And we're not in a rush. You know, we want to do it right. So we're going to launch it hopefully in a couple months. We're going to launch it and do it right. We've been working on it for a long time. So hopefully we did get it right. And it'll be out there for you guys to enjoy soon.
And I have to say, I think it's funny when you said about you handed out cigars when your son was born, and now you have to try to get the cigars out of his hands.
It's like you spend the first couple of years showing him how to walk and talk, and you spend the rest of your life telling him to shut up and sit down. It's the same thing. Yeah, it's funny. He smokes more cigars than I do.
Well, that's actually a good point, because Cigar King wants to know. It says it looks like your son smoked a half a box. He wants to know on the challenge that can you handle the half a box like your son did on the 601 La Bamba?
Can I handle it? That's a very good question. I've never tried it. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I've tried one. It's very hard for me to smoke the same cigars, back to back. I just like to change and all that. But yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a whirl. I'm sure I can handle it. You know.
There we go.
I don't think there's any cigar that's put me on my ass just yet. Yeah. I smoke about 6-7 cigars a day. It's funny. I got operated from the rotator cuff, and the doctor tells me that I can't smoke because the nicotine, stops you from healing a lot faster.
Yeah.
So he asked me, "Do you smoke?" I said, "Well, cigars. How many do you smoke a day?" He goes, "I go about 6-7 of them." He goes, "Well, you got to cut back." I said, "Cut back?" I said, "All right, I'll do 6 instead of 6 or 7." I just go to rehab a lot more. I go to rehab a lot often. So
you tell him, you know what I do for a living?
Yeah, you know how I'm paying your bill.
Yeah. So instead of 6 or 7, I tell him, okay, I'll just smoke 6.
All right. What about other manufacturers? Now, I know you said you like to try a lot of cigars. People have been asking, what manufacturer, what cigar specifically do you like from a different manufacturer right now?
Wow, I'm a big fan of a lot of the Liga Privadas. I'm a big fan of the, I love the Dirty Rat, and that Feral Pig. I'm a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of Opus X. I know a lot of people are, they thought it was I'm a big fan. That's another cigar that you age it and then, it doesn't lose some of its strength. I'm a big fan of some of the stuff that Padron does. There's a lot of great. When the Oliva V first came out, I used to smoke a lot of them. There's a small company out there called the Crozier. You guys probably never heard of it. I tried some of his stuff. I'm a big fan of a lot. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care who makes it or who manufactures. Pepin makes some cigars out there that I like. He used to make my cigars. I like Eddie's new cigar. I'm a big fan of a lot of cigars. There's some that I don't like, and there's some that I do. But I'm a huge fan of the Liga Privadas. Again, especially the Dirty Rat and the Feral Pig.
Cool.
On an offhand, I'm a big fan of Eduardo Fernandez Tobacco. Don't know if you know who he is. He grows a lot of tobacco. If I tell you some of the brands that he owns, he does the JFR. He does the Casa Fernandez. He does some of the Illusion. I buy a lot of tobacco from him, and I think his tobacco is wonderful. So you know, a lot of the companies I have mentioned buys a lot of his tobacco and stuff, and I'm a big fan of that. You know.
Nice. Here's a great question for you, Eric. Cigar Junkie wants to know: are you making cigars for anybody?
Yes, I am. I'm making I make a brand called Arandosa. It's a brand new brand from a friend of mine, and I'm making another one called La Jugada, which is for a couple friend of mine. And right now I make a cigar that you guys probably have tried, and you smoke, which I can't mention the name, but yeah, I make. I'm making some. We're making a lot of cigars. I mean, we're making. We're up to between 52 and 5,500 cigars a day in the factory, and again, you know, we have a situation out there that we probably gotta move. But I love the building. It's a real cozy building, as you guys saw the picture, and I hate to give up that place, but it comes to the time that, you know, we got to part ways because you know, we need bigger space. We need more.
Well,
Can't fit anybody else in that place.
could you see keeping that building and getting another one, using that building as your, like, your special editions or limited release and things like that?
I've tried to buy the building from the guy Michael. It's an older guy, real super nice guy, and I've he wants a lot of money for the building. He knows that I'm in love with the building. So I'm trying to, you know, to try to buy it. But yes, I would love to keep that building, but you know, it's tough to get another building unless it's really, really close by that you can walk to it and oversee all your, you know, your rollers and all that. You know, it's tough not to have everybody in the same location, because, you know, you would have to get two guys to oversee the whole production and all that. But yeah, it's a place that I would love to keep. I want to buy it, but you know, I'm trying to get the right price to buy it.
Well, see, now we put a shout out here on Stogie 411. Come on, whoever owns the building, come on, help Eric out and give him a good deal.
There you go.
There you go. You would have to say it in Spanish because he doesn't understand English.
Well,
I am too stupid to understand any other language. I can't even hardly speak English correctly. So
there you go. Me either.
But it's okay. I'll translate.
There you go.
All right. Well, let's take one more question from the chat room there, Eric, because like we told you, the hour just flew by. It always does. But let's take another question from the chat room. Cigar Junkie wants to know. I'm sorry, Cigar Swag wants to know. Do you ever take fans of your sticks on tours like the Safari does, like over at Drew Estate?
Well, I do. It's funny. Drew Estate and us over here at Espinosa Cigars, we have a great relation. Marvin and Jonathan, the owners of Drew Estate, are real good friends of ours. And when they don't do the Safari, I stay over at their place, and they always come when they're in town. They always go visit us. I don't do the Safari tour like them. I think that's their it's their swag, it's their niche. You know, I don't want to get too involved in that, but I do take a lot of the consumers and retailers out there. It's a fun time. We're there for 3 days, and it's a very educational trip. They do their own stuff. I think they go to Granada, and then I've taken their tour. It's phenomenal. Mostly the difference between theirs and ours is that we go straight. Once we land into Managua, we drive to Esteli, and all we do is drink rum. There's no bourbon out there, Michael. There's a lot of rum out there, or no moonshine. So we drink a lot of rum out there, and smoke a lot of cigars, and it's more educational, but it's phenomenal because Esteli is a real safe city out there. We hang out there, and we go shopping. I think they got like cowboy boots for like $80, handmade. If you give them enough time, they hand make them right there for you and all that. And it's a great town, and it's very, very educational, and it's a lot of fun for a lot of people who have never done any of those tours. I'll be more than happy if you guys want to put a tour together. We'll be more than happy to take you guys down there. All it costs you is your airfare, and we take care of everything else. So any of you guys, put 6, 7 guys together, we'll be more than happy to take them down there.
Wow, maybe that's something we'll look into. Maybe we'll do a Stogie 411 tour down there with Erik and the crew, and we'll see what we can come up with, and we'll get in contact with you.
You have to take your liver and your lungs, because you're going to smoke a lot and you're going to drink a lot. So.
That's all right.
That'll work.
All right. We can handle either one.
I know Mike over here with the long hair can handle it. I don't know about you if you can handle that drinking.
I can handle the liquor. Don't worry. We're good.
All right, good. Good deal.
Long as you don't hand me any mild cigars, we'll be fine.
I promise you ain't going to get any mild cigars.
All I'm asking for. Well, let's see, Erik. Is there anything that we missed that you wanted to tell the folks about before we let you go? The hour's just about up, and we appreciate you taking the time out. It was a great time, and we're grateful you came on.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys, and then at Stogie 401, I want to thank a lot of the bloggers out there for supporting us. We're a small company, we're a family-operated company. I'm finally living my dream. I got my, I'm no disrespect to Eddie. I have my own company. We're our own. My son and I, and Hector and Anthony and I, we have a nice crew out here. We're making great cigars. Over there at La Zona and Esteli. And give us a shot. All we ask is for you guys to buy the stick, try it. I'm sure you guys will like it. We have a big, our variety of cigars. It's portfolio cigars are big, real big. We even have the mild one, the La Zona, Connecticut. We have mild, medium to full. All the 601, the Espinosas, La Bombas. We have a variety of cigars. Pick one up at your local brick and mortar. Try it, and that's all we ask. All we ask is for you to try the cigars, and we're positive you're gonna like it, and keep supporting us. And thank you guys again for having us. And we appreciate everything you guys do for us.
Yeah.
Without you guys, we wouldn't be here.
Hey, it's been our pleasure, and we have to ask you the last question.
Yeah,
I almost forgot
about that one. Go ahead.
We have been asking the chat room and through emails and everything else all the time to ask this for manufacturers. So we're going to kill you. If you're on your deathbed, what is the last cigar you would smoke?
The one that carries my last name, the Espinosa cigar.
There you go, man. That was the quickest. That right there was the quickest answer we've ever gotten.
I'm gonna go in style.
Yeah, we've gotten answers from the biggest cigar I can find, so I can last longer.
Actually, it'll be the Espinosa, but I want to die while having sex. Like that, I can come and go at the same time.
Nice. Oh, that was an epic answer.
Oh,
that was good.
All right. Well, Erik, thanks so much, man. And we wish you nothing but success, man. Thank you so much. We appreciate everything. And Anthony, thanks for everything. Anthony was great, man, putting this together. I really appreciate all his effort and time. And you're welcome back anytime, man. Anytime you got time, you want to come back and hang out with us for another hour, we'd appreciate it.
You got it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right, man. Have a good night, Erik.
You got it. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
All righty. We are back here. Mike, it was a good show. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. And I'm going to finish this 601 La Bamba just so everybody knows I'm halfway through it. And, yeah, it's a great stick. I think it was a great show. Really, really nice people over there. And real quick, for everybody in the chat room who's stuck around, some of you left already, you can go and still take this challenge.
Yep.
Just go over to EspinosaCigars.com, check it out. Take a picture from the beginning and take a picture at the end. And the first winner is going to be picked tomorrow. So go check it out. Do it. Again, thanks to everybody in the chat room. Do your
shout out.
I'm going to do my shout out. Thanks to everybody in the chat room for joining us. We appreciate it as always. And I want to give a shout out to a local brick and mortar here in town. I want to give a shout out to James and Sons. These folks are always checking us out, giving us support. And I want to thank you guys personally from the bottom of my heart. So shout out to James and Sons in Saratoga, New York. Check them out. And Matt's saying, change the shot,
I
Mikey.
already did. It just took a while.
Anyways, all right. Thanks, everybody. And stay tuned. We'll let you know. Check out our site. We'll let you know when the next show is. And we'll see you soon.
Have a good one.